Welcome to another episode of Believe in Falcons. I'm over Mahaley, Michael Turner. Sorry for getting to you a little bit late. We had some things to take care of, but it's time to talk Falcons. It's time to talk about what we all saw on Sunday. I was there in person. Mike, you were at home, and we watched the same game, a game that was a bit disappointing. Not even a bit disappointing. Actually, it was really disappointing. Being there in the stadium, Mike, I'll tell you, we were rocking in the beginning when things were going great. Bijan was doing his thing, and then at the end, it was like I saw a couple grown men cry because this is the Falcons they thought they had ran away from. This is the Falcons they thought they didn't have to deal with anymore. But the disappointment that reeks in the culture, at least recently around the Falcons, it came back. And it was something that we don't want to see again. And I know it's always like, hey, one game at a time. But this one game we would love to have.
Oh, yes, yeah. Coming into this game, we know it's going to be a tough ball game with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've been in control of the NFC South for a couple of years now, and we feel like we're a better team than them. We beat them twice last year, and we knew they was going to come in with some vengeance on their hearts and try to get a bigger win on the road. Week one, it's hard to start the season with a division game, and I was nervous about this game. I'm not going to lie, I was nervous about this game beginning because I knew it was, it's a tough job for Michael Penix era to begin with the defending NFC South champs, a team with a lot of experience of being in the playoffs. They've been there a couple of times, and they got some good ball players on both sides of football. And I knew it was going to be a tough ball game, and we almost had it. We just couldn't finish, man.
Yeah, we couldn't finish, and some of our players couldn't finish either. Yeah, Younghoe Koo could not finish the job with that kick, and it wasn't just that kick; it was the kick before where it bounced off the goalpost, where we almost didn't get that one in. And so it was a bad day for kickers all around because we only had a chance to be in that position because the kicker for the Bucs messed up himself. I feel for kickers. I know they have one job and they should do that one job, but that one job, you have all eyes and all ears, everyone looking at you, and if you mess up in the slightest, it's a bad thing. And for Koo, it's been a bad thing more than enough times last year, but to happen for the first game, with the game where we said, hey, we're trying out kickers, but we're going to keep Koo. We had a little competition last year, but we're going to keep Koo. So Koo's like, all right, let me go ahead and establish myself as the guy. Let them relax. Everybody know what's going on. He didn't do that, and he is getting it. The memes are a little bit mean. The comments aren't nice, and that's Falcons fans. Like, I mean, they're not happy. Yes, we know it was much more than Koo. But Koo right now is getting the brunt of this Falcon outrage.
You know why? Yeah, it's tough, man. He wanted to establish himself this year as the man that's going to bounce back after struggling last year, missing some key field goals last year. And to start off week one with a pressure situation, a pressure kick, and you miss it. That's big time. That's a painful miss, man. And I feel for him. He didn't talk to the media after the game, and I didn't like that part. You got to stand there. Stand there and take what's going to come to you, because you can't avoid it. You're going to get asked questions at some point, so you might as well just take it like a man and just go ahead and just, swallow that pill, man, and go ahead and answer those tough questions. But we're going to get into that. But it's not all on Koo. It was just to tie the game. There's no guarantee he was going to win the game. So sometimes we got to get that in perspective too. Like, it was just putting us in a position to win, but not necessarily guaranteeing to win.
True. And again, you guys are watching Believe in Falcons presented by FanDuel. We are excited to talk about what we can do after this game because there were some good things. As much as Koo and some of the defense, offense, even special teams, things didn't go the way we wanted to. The one bright star that we can hang our hats on and say, all right, we should feel a little bit good is Michael Penix. Penix played a game that I felt was not average. It was above average. And he wasn't great. He wasn't perfect. But for what you saw from a guy who now has the reins of this team and what he could do, I was really impressed. I was impressed with his ball placement. I was impressed with his poise. I was impressed with him standing in there and taking some of these hits because, hey, they hit hard in college. They hit hard in the NFL. And when he had guys like Vita Vea's, 400-pound body coming at him, hitting him, falling on him, laying on him, and still delivering the hit, not flinching, that's grown man type stuff. And that's like Matt Ryan-esque type of stuff. What I saw Matty Ice do his rookie year. Again, Penix is not a rookie, but it's somewhat of his first real season doing this whole thing. I was just really excited for his grit. The last couple of plays, the last couple of drives, it was do or die. Like, you had to make those plays, and he would get pushed back. He'd get all types of adversity, penalties, false starts, guys dropping balls. The Cordero Hodge, this morning I was scrolling through social media, and fans are really pinpointing that how so many of his throws, Penix's throws that weren't caught, could have been caught. Cordero Hodge, I believe it was Cordero Hodge, came around the side and went into the end zone and just didn't look up for the ball. Ball dropped in the end zone right in front of him. He could have caught it if he looked up sooner, if he laid out. Don't know the exact route that he was running, but at the end of the day, Mike did his job, put the ball where it's supposed to be. So it's tough with him not getting a win for his first game season opener, but I'm very excited about what he can do for the Falcons franchise.
Yeah, he played very well. He came out strong. We had a fast start on offense. Got into a little low there. Couldn't get it going in the run game, but Michael Penix did step up and was making some big plays when he counted, man. And when he stretched out for the first down, dove that first down, and then we had to review and see if he was down or not. Did he fumble out of bounds? Good thing he didn't, and we got that first down. Then on the next drive, we had that touchdown run at the end to take the lead. He was making, like I said, he was making big plays here in and here out. And then he had 2 crucial drives, and that's big for a quarterback. It's not only to take the lead, but also the next drive to almost forcing into overtime. That was big for him, and that shows his growth and development is coming on pretty well.
Yeah, and he had some help. Drake London battled through some injuries, had some drops, but had 8 grabs. Kyle Pitts had 7 receptions for 59 yards. And some really big blocking. Ray McLeod, my number's sake, number 34, made 3 big grabs, 51 yards. Even Casey Washington had 3 catches, 33 yards. So the receivers were doing their thing to make sure that quarterback had some targets. So I'm really excited to see all those guys, especially Kyle Pitts. We talked about Kyle Pitts the whole offseason. We talked about trading Kyle Pitts, talked about is he good enough? Is he going to be the same guy he was his rookie season? I mean, going to the Pro Bowl and then being silent for years, that's not a good look for him or for us. And so if Kyle Pitts get back to Pro Bowl form and pair with Drake London and some of their other weapons, we really have a chance to make Michael Penix, shine. So I love what I saw from the receivers. Didn't love what I saw from the offensive line. I didn't like that they let Penix get hit so much. I didn't like the fact that they and it's understandable in the run game we weren't as dominating as I'd like. And that makes sense because Caleb McGarry, our starting right tackle, was out. And his backup struggled. And there's a reason I talk about it all the time. There's a reason that backups are backups. Not all the time, because I was a backup. You were back at one point, but we had starter capability. But a lot of backups are there because they aren't as good as a starter player. That's all right. No one's expected to have the same level of ability. And the ability of Caleb's backup, it wasn't it wasn't showing the way it was supposed to.
Well, I wouldn't blame it on him. I think it's all across the board. They could have protected Michael better, because he was taking some shots from all over the place, man. So it wasn't just coming from his blind side or whatever. So don't put all the blame on him.
I was there. They kept on calling false starts to number 71, so I kept on watching him because that was the right tackle. I was like, I kept on calling and seeing what he was doing. I was just like, that's not good. That's not okay. And obviously, we're a bit of sticklers because we played the game for a good little bit, but it's just from leverage and angles and hand placement, and then the biggest thing is fight. For me, I just want to see our guys fight. I want to see him go to the edge. I want to see him get a little nasty. I want to see that effort. That despite your level of ability, that effort can never be something that you can go halfway on. Because you can be horrible and still have crazy effort. That's what they always say. These blue-collar, high-motor guys are always in the fray. I want all of our guys to be like that. And I saw spurts of that, but I didn't see that throughout all the offense, all the defense. I was impressed. But especially our offensive line, I'm partial for our O-line.
Yeah.
We could do more. We could do better. But they did a good enough job to give Michael Penix a chance. It's not a good enough job to win.
Not a good enough job to win, and it wasn't making any running lanes out there, man. That's another thing we need to improve on the run game. We only had 40-something yards rushing, and that's not Falcon football, man. I'm pretty sure that's not what Raheem wants. Zach Robinson that's not his philosophy to have only that many yards rushing. And we got two dynamic backs, man. You got to give them the football more in the run game, and got to get them going. Got to get those guys going downhill. Bijan was great catch the ball at the backfield.
Right.
But we need the rushing yards, man. We got because that's what's going to control the football game.
Yeah, no, he was special. That play again, being there in the stadium, it felt like the Georgia Dome. We talk about how the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is so nice and cute and fancy
plush,
that people
plush.
too nice, which I guess is a good thing. People get all excited about the the oohs and the ahs and the hot dogs and the burgers and all of the neon lights, and they don't really focus on the game. It's more of a social activity. But people were in their seats and they were focusing on the game when Bijan scored that big 50-yard run or whatever. Watching it in person, you just knew something was going to happen. When he got the ball in space, probably people who were sitting down started standing up. People like, he juked a couple people. You're like, they started just putting them burners on, almost Burner Turner-esque. He went, and we were just like going crazy. I almost felt like the stadium like reverberating. It was so much fun to feel energy back in the stadium. It was so much fun to feel Falcons fans back into a mode where they're excited about the team, because all offseason it's been like, we hope we do something and we should do something. And, we got great players and we got good talent and, coaches are really bringing things together. But all that doesn't matter when you come down to the game and you don't produce. So the beginning, Bijan produced, and that production gave everyone a high note to where people were in their seats, they were standing up. We were excited, but like you mentioned, it was a bubble screen pass. It wasn't like downhill running the ball. Downhill running the ball with Vita Vea, that defense has been a problem, a thorn in our side last year and this year.
Right.
We have difficulty running the ball, and we had even more difficulty without some of our starting offensive linemen. And so we weren't able to have the impact on the game that I think we should have running the ball.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I think that would have helped us out a lot more if we have control that clock. We did control the clock. We won the time of possession, but we wasn't running the football, man. And that takes a toll out of a defense, man. When you do that, it wears them down, and we don't know how bad that would have been effective in the second half. First half we started off good. We looked good.
Yep.
We looked good in the first half, man. We was getting a lot of pressures on Baker Mayfield. Had him rattled. He was throwing errant throws. Missing targets, getting them out the pocket. And we just couldn't bring them down, and that's what we need. Our pressures was good. We was up in pressures. I'll say we was top 5 in pressures last week in the NFL, and it was just 1 week.
That's great.
But it's a good sign. It's a good sign that we up there at pressuring the quarterback and getting quarterback hits. But now it's about taking those guys down to the ground, man.
Yeah, 1 week. I'll take that more than 1 week. If we're at the top of anything defensively, even after 1 week, that's a win, because I think there were very few weeks last couple of years, we've been in the top 5 of anything in the defensive side. So hats off to Jeff Ulbrich, and hats off to that defense. Speaking of the defense, Divine Diablo, he's a name Falcons fans will get to know really well, because he's exactly the player the Falcons hoped that he would be. He was into the backfield a whole bunch. He had the athleticism and the aggression that we all wanted. He had a half sack, multiple pressures. This is the guy to where his name was not at the top of mind for Falcons fans, I think, coming into this game. But now, with the way that he was able to play, we're excited to have another key piece, because it can't just be Jesse Bates. It can't just be some of the the James Pierce and the guys that we drafted to make a difference. We need guys all over the place. Caden Ellis did a great job. I just need our defense to give us a chance to win. Our offense has always been the star of the show. We all know that, but our defense has been lagging. And this is the year where they're probably tired of being the redheaded stepchild and being the reason that Falcons don't win. This year, they're going to be, I think, a key part of the reason we win games. So for our defense to step up and to have a chance for the Rook Ororos and some of the Arnold Ebiketis of the world to go out there and do their thing, I'm really excited, because they ended the season last year on a high note. After the bye week, something snapped, something changed, and these players, I don't know if they were fighting for contracts or fighting for playing time, but they came in and were getting after the quarterback in a different way. We had a lot of pressures. We had more sacks. If we can pick up where we left off and grow from there, our defense can be really special.
Right. Whereas speaking of our defense being really special, the guy who got our lone sack is a rookie, Billy Bowman Jr. He's the one who got
Billy
the sack
Bowman.
he got the
Okay.
sack on the blitz. So Jeff Ulbrich, dialed up some blitzes. That's something that we didn't do last year. We didn't do enough of is doing pressures by blitzing. We always just depended on the front four to get those pressures and sacks, but we can't always depend on that, man. Sometimes you got to mix it up and dial up some blitz schemes that's going to confuse the quarterback, one, and help that defense out, help that secondary out too. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to mix it up, not just be so bland. We're showing that we're not a bend and don't break defense anymore. We're attacking the football now, and that's a good sign.
I love it. And Billy Bowman, he's a rookie, right?
Yeah, rookie out of Oklahoma.
And so Xavier Watts, our other rookie, he tied the team for leading tackles. He made a bunch of great plays, coverage, and his instincts were something that was above average. So to have Billy Bowman get the sack, Xavier Watts tie the lead for tackles, that shows that our young guys can't talk this morning. That shows our young guys are going to be the leaders, and that's great for our long-term future as a Falcons organization. Because we don't want to win this year. We have Michael Penix because we want him to be a franchise quarterback. We want to change the culture because right now the culture is we can't get a winning season in the stadium. That culture needs to absolutely change. From, again, we say it all the time, but it was something that me and you did, Mike, the back-to-back winning seasons for the Falcons to show that we can bring consistency, doing that with a strong running game that we brought, doing that with Matt Ryan with a solid quarterback, franchise quarterback, doing that with receivers like Roddy White and Julio Jones. Roddy, Ring of Honor, Julio would have been if he stayed here and left under better circumstances. We'll talk about that later. But we had like great talent across the board. John Abraham anchoring the defense. We need to recreate that. Jesse Bates could be, the John Abraham. We got Penix that could be Matt. Bijan could be you. We got no fullback at all. That could be me. We got nobody.
Got nobody, man. Got nobody.
No fullback. But, we do have hope. And it's hard to see it. Falcons, don't put me in this spot because I hate being the Falcons apologist, the team guy, and try to make roses out of stuff that doesn't smell like roses. But it is true if you are able to take a step back and pull back from the pain, the disappointment, the anger that they've put you in this position once again, you can actually kind of construct a smile because like, hey, we got the makings of a good team. We have the foundation of a team that can have a winning season. And the best way to get this terrible feeling out of our body is to win next week. And I know these players, because again, we've played it, we felt it. Losing sucks. Losing isn't something that you ever want to do, but when you have a chance to play a game to erase that, you're going to fight even harder. After you lose a game, you fight even harder on the next game. So I'm hoping that they take all of that energy and that disappointment, and they hear from the fans and say, hey, we got to do better. We need to do better. Execution is going to be the name of the game.
Yeah, like you said, it sucks to start off 0-1, but but it is what it is. That was a tough ball game. We gave them a leg up in the division already to start off the week, so we got some catching up to do already. But according to FanDuel, we're only supposed to have 7.5 wins, Ovie. So, so I mean, that was the baseline of where we at right now. But I think the way we looked the other day, that we will surpass that if we fix some things up on offense, defense, and special teams, because we gave up some big returns on in the kicking game too.
I saw that.
Gave them easy scores, So we got some things to clean up, man, and but we're looking forward to it, man. So what's the odds? What's the odds on the FanDuel again?
So the odds on the FanDuel for NFC South Division is plus 220 to win the division. So if you put down $100, you get $220. The Falcons win the division, and I get it. You're probably like, I'm not doing that bet. We just lost against we won last year. Why would I put $100 to win 220? Well, first of all, you win 220 for just putting 100, and we showed we could have beat this team if the catch from Michael Penix threw in the end zone. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank. The special teams guy. Kadarius Hodge. There you go. Kadarius Hodge. Fullback concussions. Kadarius Hodge. The catch from Kadarius Hodge actually was caught. we'd be good. If the kick was made from Younghoe Koo, we'd be good. We'd probably go out and win it. With so many things that could have happened. So it wasn't that we were outmatched and we just can't hang with the Bucs. Like, I think everyone saw that we can hang with the Bucs, but we made some mistakes. So, hey, the NFC South Division futures, Falcons plus 220. I do that. If I had $100, if I could borrow some from Michael, I'd put 100 down, win 220. We're winning the division. We got to win the division.
We got to win the division.
Good enough at the end of the season, middle of the season. Shoot, hopefully by next game to where we can play Falcons football.
Yeah, it's 1 week, 1 week, one game, man. But we just got to put that to the side and move forward. Like I said, it was some bright spots in this football game. Some things we got to clean up. Raheem Morris sounded like he was not fazed by the game at all. I know it was a disappointing loss, but he knows he's going to get these guys. He's going to rally the troops and get these guys right this following week because it's a big game coming up on Sunday night.
Yeah, Mike, you talked about special teams. I'll go back to that. Do you play special teams in Atlanta?
Yeah, no, not in Atlanta. No.
I forgot you were big time.
Yeah, San Diego. San Diego. I was a big time special teams guy in San Diego, man.
Oh my God!
So I know the importance of that. You got to win three phases of the ball game, man. And people forget that. And we cannot overlook that this game. Everybody, we're not overlooking because everybody's blaming the kicker. So
it's gonna be laser focus on special.
Everything's right. They laser focus on the kicker though. We got the coverage too, guys. We got to have some great coverage too, and everything else. It's
about angles and attitude. Like the great Keith. If y'all watch Hard Knocks, you saw one of the greatest, for me, I'm biased, but he was my guy. I think one of the greatest, if not the greatest special teams coordinator out there, Keith Armstrong. Keith will get you fired up. Keith will get you motivated. I was sitting with Lord Sidbury, and I saw Eric Weems there. Eric Weems, dynamic returner for Falcons back in our day.
Pro bowler.
When we went to the Pro Bowl, too, we had like 13 guys in 2011 Pro Bowl, and Weems won it and deserved it. One thing I love about Weems, I'm going tangents now, but Falcons fans know this. Eric Weems, practice squad. Brent Grimes, practice squad. They thought both those guys weren't good enough. Those guys were Pro Bowl players. So I talk to kids all the time, like just because someone says you're not good enough doesn't mean you are. Eric Weems was a special teams phenom, but he talks about he had the best brought out of him by Keith Armstrong. Keith was the 1, 2, 3, take the ground that belongs to me, 4, 5, dip and drive. Like he had all these Keith-isms that had us keep in our lanes, make sure we did our job, take care of our brother. Accountability was big. The accountability wasn't there in just coverage in the lanes. Like you saw this whole size of the field open. You can't finish your block, when you're on the punt team, finish your block, get off it, and then run wherever the heck you want to run. You have specific lanes that you have to run down, and it is like, hey, do or die. I don't care what I have to do. I get to my lane, because if not, I mess it up for everybody. And after the great punt by Bradley Pinion, I almost think it was too good of a punt, because that's one thing that punters worry about. If I kick it too far, does it give the returner more time to be able to, zigzag or whatever, but you're hoping your team gets down there. Punt was great. We got down there near the end of the game. It was a crucial point, and the returner just goes to the right. Nobody there. Nobody there.
Nobody. It was scary, man.
I don't know the TV angle, but just seeing it from my seat, we were like the 40-yard line. It was just, I was confused, and I'm looking like, where's that guy? And then the punter is going there trying to make the tackle, which you never want. It is it's crushing to a defense when you have a big return like that, and you have to just figure it out and have a short field. So I hope we get it together. I hope special teams finds a way to just get more, not just consistent, but the same dog we want in the O-line, the same dog on our whole team. That's selling scrappy nature. We got to have that in special teams. Coy Wire, Mr. CNN himself, he was a special teams captain because he was ruthless. Eric Weems, several guys, but Stephen Nicholas. We had guys who, they may be second string linebacker, second string defensive end, but when it came to special teams, they put it all on there as if the special teams was just like starting on offense or defense, because it is. It's a key part of the game to where if we don't do it, things like this happen and we lose games.
Yeah, that's right. But, we're going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up. We're fresh out of preseason. Going into week one, it's a tough loss at home. We don't want to lose one at home. And I know it's disappointing for the fans. And we thought we was going to start off to a fast start. With that such a fast start, man, we thought, we had it in the bag. But a Todd Bowles team, man, they're going to keep fighting. you got to put those guys away. You got to bury those guys. And the one thing you got to find ways to not to let the guys back into the game or give them guys any momentum going back in their favor. And that punt return was like a key moment in the game to give them some momentum.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, we'll wrap it up for this episode. It is something to where we did not envision us talking like this in the first game. We thought we'd start off with a bang, but that's why there's a season. I was going to say a 16, but 17-game season now. You got another chance to show yourself, your team, their coaches, shoot, the whole league what you can do. And I know the Falcons can do what they do, which is rise up and make this game one where it is their Super Bowl and win against the Vikings. And I believe you're gonna be up there, Mike, right? You'll be out there.
Yeah, I'll be in Minnesota watching the game, man. I'm gonna be there front and center, man. I'm gonna have a close eye on the team, man. Hopefully I'll be that good luck charm. We get that first win this season.
If you got to put on some pads, man, just throw on some pads. Come on now, you just go out there and tell Bijan and Tyler what to do, because I need all the help we can get, because I do not want to have this conversation again next week, because it adds up. And so let's start right now to change the tide, to change how we play Falcons football. And fans, please, I know you're upset. Don't give Younghoe Koo too much grief. Like he's a player like everybody else, and he make a mistake. Now if he does a second, a third, or fourth time, give him all the grief that you want to. But right now, let's see what he can do to come back around, and let's support our team, support our Falcons, man. Y'all believe in the Falcons, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Rise up, like and subscribe and share
all day.